All right, it's Monday, got the Mini back, and here's the new welds on the new teeth here. And so again, we had to replace both of them to make the weights match. And that looks good, weld looks good. They do good work over here at Owen Steel, so I'm really a little nervous, honestly. But we're gonna crank this thing up, and I'm gonna spin it up to full RPM, and we're gonna see if she's got any vibration to her. So fingers crossed, prayerfully, we don't have any issues. I have not spun this thing up, so I don't know what it's gonna do. I'm actually a little nervous, so let's find out. Okay, she's smooth. I got no vibration that I can tell. I mean, obviously it has a little bit of a hum. I mean, you can kind of feel it in the cab when it's running. That's always been the case, just because you got something spinning there with 2,000 RPM, but there's no noticeable vibration with it, and she's spinning smooth, so I think we're good to go. We'll load her up, and got a quick little job over here at the beach we're gonna try to go knock out, as long as the client's good with it. And we'll take it back up to the north end this afternoon after we knock that job out. Maybe get a little work done up there. We'll just see what happens. Monday, we are back. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We are getting close to football. I think we got some college football coming up this coming weekend. I think so. I think that's right. Don't quote me on that, but I'm just excited that fall is almost here. We had some nice cool weather last week, and now it's going to be hot again this week, back into the 90s. Boo. I don't like that. But we are back out on a job. Now, I did this job like 2 years ago, and I done another job for the client not too long ago. And when I came over here to pick up the check, I said, hey, we haven't cut this hedge row back in a while. Would you want to do it again? He said, yeah, sure. So I had the Mini just down the street getting that welding work done on little Munchie, and I said, why don't we just run over here and knock this out really quick, because we're literally about 2 miles down the road. So let's get that knocked out. So here we are, and I wanted to show this job because I think this is a really, really good example of how versatile a mulcher on an excavator can be. You can do a lot of different things with a excavator mulcher, and I think they're, you know, the skid steer is sort of like a sledgehammer. I mean, it's great for doing what it does, but it's kind of more of a one-trick pony. But these excavators on the mulchers can do a lot of different things that are really interesting. So I wanted to show you guys that, and so let's go ahead and get started. So what we've got here is we got an office building here, and we got this hedgerow back here. Now, the owner does not want to take this out, but what we want to do, you can see, it just keeps creeping out and creeping out, and if we don't shave this back, it will eventually just take over this whole area here all the way down. So what we're going to do is just take little Munch and just shave this back and reach up and just kind of as high as I can, just kind of cut all this overhang back and just kind of square it off basically, and go down to about where that cedar tree is, right down there. And most of the time, most landscapers will come in here and do this by hand, but if you wanted to get all that, you need a really big pole saw or pole, something like that. This is all wisteria, and then you're going to have a bunch of haul off. With this, I can just grind all this stuff up, and then we can just take the blower and push it all back up into there, which is what I did last time, and it worked out fine. So we're going to trim some hedges today, so let's get started. right, guys, that's the job. Came out looking pretty good. Not a whole lot to it. The only little tricky part's back in there, and this is why I really like the U55 for my application for mulching, because I do work in a lot of these tight areas, and the U55 has a zero tail counter swing. It's not a conventional swing, so basically when you slew around and you're working out over the side of the track, you don't have to worry about the butt end swinging around and smacking into anything. So I can work up next to buildings and AC units and stuff, and as long as my tracks aren't touching whatever, you know, that's to the side, I don't have to worry about the butt end hitting it either. So this all looks pretty good. Came out looking good. Not looking for anything super fancy. We did this, like I said, we did this 2 years ago. It looked just like this, and the owner was super happy with everything, so this turned out really nice. And all this will green back up and turn green. It just won't be so overhangy, but it'll all turn back green. But he wants to leave this because he does like the privacy, but he just doesn't want it keep coming out into the parking lot. So we're just trimming it back. So a lot of different things you can do with these excavator mulchers. They're very, very versatile. And if you're a landscaper or a landscaping company and you've got anywhere between like a, well, they're making them now where you can get these mulcher heads on like the 3.5 ton size machines. I know the TMC Kinsella one, I've seen it on a Bobcat 35, and then both Prenoth and Fecon, and I think FAE all have models that are rated as, that will go down as low as a 3.5 ton machine, which is very popular among the landscapers. That's a landscaping size machine. So if you got anywhere from like a 3.5 to like a 8 ton machine, these mulchers are really handy. So get to the end of the year and you've got 20 grand sitting there, and it's like pay 20 grand in taxes or pay 20 grand and buy a mulcher. I'd buy the mulcher because you can do a lot of cool stuff with this thing. So just wanted to show that quick little video. We're going to load this thing up and head back up to the north end, and we're going to try to finish that job where we knocked the tooth off. But man, the machine running great, no vibration whatsoever. I could not tell one bit that you know, has a new tooth on it. Couldn't tell one bit. And now that we've got a little wear and tear on her, you can't even tell that's a non-factory tooth. Like, I mean, if you were looking at this, you would not even be able to tell that had been repaired. I mean, it's that good. No vibration, no wobble, no nothing. I mean, it's about as perfect as you could get it. And I was really worried about a balance issue, but no balance issue whatsoever. So thank you to the guys over at Owen Steel for doing that. They did a great job. Appreciate that. Didn't charge me. It was a lot less than what I thought it was going to be. It was about 220 bucks for them to do that, so I thought that was very reasonable for the work. So that was really good. So let's get her loaded up and let's get out of here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, maybe learned a little something, and had a good time watching. I'll check you guys on the next video. Bye everybody.